in celebration of the 90th birthday of the League of Women Voters. We will open with a suffragist song and then bring history to life, beginning with Susan B. Anthony.
Days of hope and glory after slavery and woe comes the dawn of women's freedom, and the light shall grow and grow until every man and woman equal liberty shall know. In freedom marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. In freedom marching on.
Friends and fellow citizens, I stand before you today under indictment for the alleged crime of having voted in the last presidential election without the lawful right to vote. I committed no crime, but instead I simply exercised my citizens' rights guaranteed to me and to all United States citizens under the Constitution beyond the power of any state to deny. The very preamble of the federal Constitution refers to we the people. It was not we the white male citizen, nor yet we the male citizen, but we the whole people who formed this union. And we formed it not to give the blessings of liberty, but to secure them, not for half of ourselves, but for the whole people, women as well as men. Carrie Chapman Catt, would you please come forward? The right that women need above every other is the right of suffrage. There will never be complete equality until women themselves help to elect the lawmakers and make the laws. I have helped to carry this noble goal for 50 years, and now you, Carrie Chapman Catt, will have the opportunity to lead this organization to victory when half of our citizens will gain the right to vote. You have my heartiest congratulations.
Thank you, Miss Anthony. It has been a privilege to work closely with you the past 8 years as your assistant and witness your tireless devotion to the women's suffrage movement. Miss Anthony, we will not let you down. One of my goals is to enable women nationwide to become more politically adept through participation in town meetings, caucuses, lobbying, and in workshops to learn organizational and political techniques. As you have so often reminded us, Miss Anthony, failure is impossible. I say to you, women of America, the vote is the emblem of your equality, the guarantee of your liberty. When a just cause reaches its flood tide, as ours has done in this country, whatever stands in its way must fall before its overwhelming power. There is only one state remaining to ratify the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. This amendment reads, "The right of the citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex." On this day, February the 14th, 1920, the leadership of this great body proposes a mighty experiment to educate the millions of newly enfranchised voters. This experiment will be called the National League of Women Voters. Winning the vote is only the opening wedge, but to learn to use it is a far bigger task. Will the League be political? Certainly, but not partisan. Its members will be as free as other citizens to join and to vote the party of their choice. Thank you.
1920 was one tumultuous session in the Tennessee legislature. Remember? Well, I remember what a clamoring there was when I changed my vote for the 19th Amendment and women's suffrage. There we were, a body exactly and fully divided. And if I had voted no, there would have been a tie vote. Then I received a letter from my mother. And I remember one thing that she said. She was beseeching me to vote for women's suffrage. And she said, "Be a good boy and vote the right way." And I knew that the right way was to vote for women's suffrage. And so the great state of Tennessee became the final vote needed to ratify the 19th Amendment. And a few days later, on August 26, 1920, the Secretary of State signed the proclamation making the 19th Amendment the law of the land. And don't you know, my mother
March 1, 1930. Dear Sister Mary, I beg your forgiveness of my delayed correspondence. Leading the League of Women Voters has been so gratifying, but it absolutely consumes my time. We just gathered our reports from all the leagues around the nation. You may recall that the state suffrage organizations joined us to educate all voters. And what a successful venture that has been. Remember how we started immediately in 1920 developing questionnaires for the candidates to Congress? That very first year, we saw 8 million women voters going to the polls in the November elections. Mary, it's been 10 years now, and the League of Women Voters has sponsored over 1,500 debates, and of course, we demand proper behavior at every one. There have been citizenship schools, countless candidates' questionnaires, and get out the vote campaigns. We've also been working hard on legislation, but there are so many issues to work on. There were 69 issues when we started back in 1920, and it has been quite the kettle of eels. I do hope all is well with you and your family. Your loving sister, Maud Wood Park.
Now look at this. This editor hit the nail right on the head. What business is it of these women how these candidates think on these subjects? I'm getting so tired of getting questionnaires from the League of Women Voters with questions I have never heard of before. I venture to say there's the candidate running who'd answer those questions.